D Live. Why are they good? Check the Facebook. Oh yeah, check the Facebook. What was my problem last time? I had to reload the page. Yeah. Check the. All right. All right. So we've got Facebook. Now let's just confirm. Yeah. All right. So we've got Facebook. Good deal. Live. Welcome. Now that we're live across the board, we'll roll the old intro.
Welcome to the 9cNation.
בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Thousands of years later, it was Wednesday at 11 p.m. Central. Get your passport ready and be prepared to declare to the customs agents any edible plants or miscellaneous worldviews. You're now crossing into the nation with no denomination.
Wrong button. Wow, noob. All right. Your host, G. Ross. We are simulcast on Facebook, YouTube, D Live, and the Foxhole. Call-ins on any shows we do. Hopefully that'll get out of hand, and one day we'll have to put some structure there. You're in the nation. You're in the nation with no denomination. That intro will make more sense in approximately 16 weeks-ish. A little bit about that. We're on episode 2, and we're going to do 2 completely different shows. This series, and then we'll switch, quote, permanently, unquote, to the real intention of this slot, this Wednesday at 11 slot, which is basically some kind of Bible study still to be determined. Probably start with Genesis 1:1, though. We covered episode 1, covered April 2009 of things G. Ross put on LifeLog, or whatever Facebook was called, until June 2010. That makes an estimate of 16 more episodes, but quite frankly, I'm looking at how much we go through today, and I think it's going to be a little longer, but we'll keep updating that estimate. Let's get right to it, and that'll be me switching to the main screen, where we've got our chat, we've got our Discord information, and let me go to one other place. Right here. And right here. Okay. So let's really... Oh, background music. Clutch move. I'm going to go with volume 3? Maybe 2. 2. Let's try 2. We could always switch to 1. It's my rudimentary playback machine. All right. So what are we doing? What we're doing is we're going through Facebook posts before I was highly shadow banned, and just kind of putting it on the record, because who knows, one day it'll all disappear, archive offline. This is more like archiving. Well, Foxhole is a pretty good place, but I'm saving these videos also. What's the point? Well, you'll see. If you saw episode 1, you may have seen some indications, and if not, stick around, and I think you'll see why we're doing what we do. And again, once this is done, we switch to God's Word and go from there with no looking back. What am I doing? Looking for that. Looking for my... Here we go. All right, today we're going to start on June 24th, 2010. Why would Disclose Act exempt the NRA? And also, members of Congress, for example, who receive donations from corporate PACs or PACs, are still able to donate that money directly to their party's election coffers. So I think I'm trolling here. I'm like, it sounds so reasonable. Let's see. This was the news story. You can't see that. Yeah, I didn't show it. It was Newsmax. Here, let me take. So it was Newsmax. I didn't really know much about Newsmax, but then I found this. Well, long story. So this is cast as Republicans mounting a last-ditch effort to stop Democrats. This is 10, 13 years ago, 12 years ago. Not a big deal. But this is, back then what this was me just trying to troll. And I was being kind of right-wingy about it. Much has changed in the last 10 years. I'm not left-wing. But I don't know that I could really say I'm right-wing. Let's jump to June 24. Wait, that's the same. Oh, his name's Ron Dio, and he flashes double hands. Was in Black Sabbath, now he has a different band. That's to the tune of Duran Duran's Rio. I didn't really warm up the pipes, but his name's Ron Dio, and he flashes devil hands. Was in Black Sabbath, now he has a different band. Not really a newsworthy item, just couldn't pass that up. Sorry for getting a little pitchy there. Not properly monitored. All right. I don't know why I posted this. Somebody must have said, or who knows what, but a living and breathing car loan. I'm sure many people can figure out what I mean by this is, okay, the Constitution is living and breathing, right? They're always, there's the one side that always claims that. And it's like, okay, let's put that to a document that you care about, right? I think that's what I was saying or what I was doing. Let's take a peek at the next one. Sorry about the camera mess up there. How bad did I mangle it? Oh, you can see beyond the green screen. Oh no. Error nose. There we go. All right. Let's head to June 29, 2010. Let's see. Let's click on this. Page cannot be found. That's, it's 12 years old. I don't think that's like the deep state coming after me. But I did say, let's see. Just as a side note, did we ever find the $2.3 trillion Rumsfeld lost on September 10th, 2001? If you know, you know. And if you didn't know, did this catch your eye? I hope. I was always trying to hopefully get at people. Yeah. It's funny. It's evening news. I thought it was evergreen news. Got a 404. That doesn't freak me out. All right. I'm going to take a chance here. So I said here that my topping is also cursed. What do I mean by that? I'm going to take us right to the spot so I don't get totally copyright stricken. And we'll just play this little bit for comic relief.
Our first shoe was simple. It was beautiful.
Let me mute the music too. Skip.
Take this object, but beware, it carries a terrible curse.
Ooh, that's bad.
But it comes with a free Frogut.
That's good.
The Frogut is also cursed.
That's bad.
But you get your choice of topping.
That's good.
The toppings contain potassium benzoate. That's bad.
Can I go now?
It's funny, but I'm sitting here thinking, who wrote a lot of those back in the day was Conan O'Brien. I don't know if he wrote that one, but he's openly mocking food poison and control. you're like, ha, you get that little relief. I don't know. It used to keep us mind controlled somehow. I don't think it does anymore. Start up the background again. All right, let's go somewhere else. June 29, same day. It's a little while later. Maybe our Constitution sucks, as evidenced by how it needed 10 tweaks on day one. Probably I was just trolling. At the time I would have told you that our Constitution is the greatest document ever written, and it is, right? In the Bill of Rights, outside of the Bible, I mean. There's the Magna Carta, there's Hammurabi's Code, there's all sorts of great things, right? But really, when I look at it now, I have to look again. Like how we're watching a show. How long has this show been run? Was the Constitution like a release valve, a pressure valve? We've got to give them the illusion of freedom. I'm not saying that, Benjamin Franklin or whoever comes out, a republic, ma'am, if you can keep it. If you ever see Quantum of Conscience, I've got to say he seeps into me. Matt still has his YouTube channel. I mean, this show could have been going on for a long time. Permit me to sip a beverage. Late night caffeine injection. I should steal a bit. I think I burped into the mic. I should steal a bit from our cult leader. Find a way to do some sort of a sip. What's his name does the simultaneous. It's funny in marketing, if you can't fix it, feature it. It's like you would have never in the olden days sipped a drink on air, but now you're like, oh, we feature it. Who is Richard Rubinstein? I asked 12 years ago. Well, let's go to the Wikipedia for Richard Rubinstein. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to put the links in the description. First of all, it's on my Facebook, but he did many things, including the Unification Church. What's that? There's two words I wrote down here, Moonies and neologisms. Neologisms. Let's find this. Neologisms. Why does it not have... Well, anyway, okay, let me just read you this. The Unification Church of the United States has introduced a number of neologisms. I wonder if this is... There was a whole section of neologisms. Oh, yeah. Why? Why? Well, anyway. Here, maybe I can find it this way. Somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, of the United States, maybe. Right. Okay, my bad. The Unification Church of the United States has introduced a number of neologisms into the English language, directly or indirectly. These include the derogatory term. I can't even say it. I'm not going to say it. It's derogatory. I need to control my speech. A special use of the word indemnity and the expressions doomsday cult and other things. I think that's enough. All right, so I don't know why I was trolling people about Richard Rubinstein. He was probably doing something or who knows what. I mean, you do you. That's fine. I don't got a big deal there. So, okay. I'm just quoting Alex Jones here, right? InfoWars back 12 years ago. That's really the point there. You can't find that link anymore. I'm sure you could, but he changes things or who knows what. It's fine. Oh, I will say this. I meant to do the check on this. I'm going to have a few Alex Jones links here, and they're all going to be like that. Today, at least. And I can't remember if it's released. It's got to be. There's a great new joint from Severe Anon coming out, and he's played it several times on his show, so I don't mind mentioning it. I just don't know if there's a bit of a... I know there's no video yet, and that, or maybe, well, last I checked. Anyway, Alex Jones was right, and that is, you can take that to the bank. Hat tip, Severe Anon. Let's see what this is.
If I wanted to sponsor a bill, and it said, Americans, you have to eat 3 vegetables and 3 fruits every...
Essentially, this is a minute-long clip. I won't play the whole thing. But it's Elena Kagan, and she just cannot get cornered by this guy to say that the government should not tell us what to eat, right? Eat your bugs, put this juice under your skin, do what we say, we control your food intake, we control your superfood intake. You know, like, if you like that, well, you get more of that as the 12 years go by. Okay, let's see, what did I do next? This is kind of funny. I think I have to go to this link. It is worth it. The Vulcan iPhone pinch. The right way to hold your phone. I can't remember. Like, I'm still bad at paywalls here and pop-up blockers. But there's a quote in here. Don't know if you can see it right here or not. I'm reading on my notes. When people cover the antenna with their hand, the electromagnetic energy being radiated from the antenna turns into heat, which degrades the antenna's performance. People just need to learn how to hold their devices properly to avoid it. Yeah, right. This is back probably 3G, right? At least 12 years ago. Who knows what it was. They have to tell you what they're doing, right? They have to disclose it. So we warned them that they shouldn't constantly have their phone. Yeah, you did not really warn us. All right, what is this? On July 8, 2010, I posted... Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. San Francisco. Who knows how true this was, but the point is they wanted us to get all angry about this stuff, right? You need to take a side. San Francisco considers banning the sale of pets, except for fish. Does anybody remember that? I remember it a little bit. Like, just be like, could you imagine? You can't get your kid a puppy for Christmas. Oh, we're going to legislate, whatever. Let me just kind of do a scan here. Discord is chilling. A little quiet on the chat. That's okay. That's okay. I do like to... I do this with only one monitor. Bad me. I do like to just kind of see how we're doing. Lurkosity. Looks pretty solid. All right. Now let's go back. For those just coming in, this is the nation with no denomination. Once we've caught up to real time here, we're pretty much don't paste on Facebook anymore, right? Post anything. Gonna just switch to a stone cold Bible study of some sort, probably starting with Genesis 1:1. Bereshit bere Elohim et hashamayim vu'et haaretz. I'm not gonna do every week by memory from Hebrew, and I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation. All right, where were we? Oh, why did I do that? That's funny. Truth or fiction? Senator Chris Dodd said, this is worth clicking on. Let me see if I can get this up. Chris Dodd, in a rare moment of honesty, the 5% down rule would restrict home ownership to only those who could afford it. He really said that, right? It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's all fiat currency anyway. It's all monopoly money. It's all just the shared illusion, the American dream, the world dream, the dream. But still, I mean, rules for radicals. Call them on their BS. You know, don't let them just constantly bitch at us. I don't know. I'm in a mood. I could tell you why, but I can't really tell you why. Just let's say the day was fun. Science. So on July 13, 2010, I thought all my... You know, at one point I would have like 500 people checking this stuff out. I feel like my camera is kind of walking on me there. All right. I'll keep shoving it. I have like a horrible shadow, don't I? Oh, it's my hand. Hilarious. Well, try that. Oh, that's just brutal. All right, we'll just be in the shadows. All right. So let's click on this and see what it was all about. Oh, nah, not bad. Microbes. I think this was... Can't remember when I first started discovering the power of keto. If you don't know the power of keto, and I'm not a nutritionologist, this is not nutritionology advice. This is not ketosis advice. This is not ketoacidosis advice. This is not Wilford Brimley advice. Just saying. But the headline there is something about microbes. We all know by now, right? That gut biomes are very important, right? Okay, cool. As long as we got that cleared up. All right. Next up will be July 27. Dallas suburbs. Oh, this is, yeah, just obnoxious. There's some, I used to live on like just go shopping on Route 22 in Jersey. Same kind of thing. I mean, once you build it, I don't know if it's exactly this, but once you build it, you got it and all this. And it, you know, kind of reminds me of they installed traffic locations in my little North Dallas burb. It's just traffic circles. It's like, oh, come on. You know, we've been T-boning each other. That sounds bad, right? We've been, you know, oh, that reminds me. Did you ever see The Family Guy where Peter, so they casually mention something, they work in the conversation that Laura Bush killed a man once, and Peter looks right at the camera and goes, yeah, that's right, I forgot. Laura Bush killed a guy. And I didn't know about it at the time, but I went back and looked. Totally off topic, but just popped into my head. Yeah, fun facts. You can win a party quiz show. Laura Bush straight up killed some guy. Didn't say murder. I said killed. If Seth MacFarlane can make the joke, then let me make the joke. Oh, this is really kind of weird. I posted on July 27, 2010, just a link, just an innocent link to Wiki. Still there. It's probably updated a little. But just today, I think it was Drunk Pinata or somebody was mentioning the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact. I hadn't heard about this in a long time. Know that this is out there. This is states considering or actually doing or whatever that just, hey, we're going to send our electors up this way, regardless of what you want. So it's like this agreement to go popular vote. So that would turn us into a pure democracy instead of a representational republic, a constitutional republic. Hope it never sees the light of day. But I posted about that on July 27th, 2010. I was probably listening to like Mark Levin or something. All right, we're supposed to watch this. Let's see what this is. Go. This is fantastic. Did I really want to play this whole thing? I think we have to. I mean, Probably just portions, because I don't know if I'll get copyright strict. Look for voice piece for soprano and Wish Tree at MoMA Summer 2010 by Yoko Ono if you want to see the whole thing. All right. You know, that clearly is what it is. I think that has to be posted every time in your life you come across that, right? Let's see how our chat's doing, how our Discord's doing. Discord link on the bottom of the screen. Welcome to anybody walking in. We're doing this thing where we go through ancient life book. What was it called by the FBI or the DARPA? Life log, I think. Anyway, when we get done with this, when we get caught up with real time, we will switch over to a Bible study. When you are in the nation with no denomination. Let me check the lurk status. Oh, yeah. All right, now let's run over to whatever's next. Yeah, I kind of want to play that whole Yoko thing, but I don't know. I might get copy restricted. So let's go to September 1, 2010. When people say things like, a year ago today, I did taking out the garbage or whatever, I'm like, if a year ago, today you rode a bicycle, you're clearly a time travel because you rode a bicycle today, a year ago. Just saying. All right. Then 12 days later, after many posts that did not make this show, I wonder if there's anywhere else where math, man, and reality, nature, don't seem to have such an... Okay, right. I'm claiming... I can't remember what I'm claiming here, but I tend to go on tirades that there's no such thing as random numbers. Debate me on that. Here, another show, anywhere. Corner me, like the guy who walks up to Houdini and goes, "Hey, Toonie, I heard you can take a punch." And like kills him, ruptures his spleen or whatever. I guess he had appendicitis. Do you buy that story? I don't buy that story. Anyway, there's no such thing as random numbers. I think I might talk about this on a Sunday night. I can't remember, and I won't stop to take note right now. That's my claim. I'm sticking to it. Cass. Oh, so, all right. This one, it has to be shown. Let me just start the...
Well, let me read from your book on that point. It is customary to describe battles over the Constitution as pitting liberals against conservatives, but you say this description is hopelessly inadequate. While ideology matters, different judges follow radically different approaches to constitutional law, and these approaches go well beyond ideology.
Honestly, I can't even follow that. But he goes on to explain about judges, I guess. He complains about conservatives using a time machine to read and understand the Constitution. See, somebody said, like in a comment, he would infer that the Constitution as it was written is no longer effective today. I can't handle watching Cass Sunstein. You need to know about this guy. He was in, I think, the Clinton administration. No, maybe it's the Obama administration. He wrote a book called Nudge, and I mean, you're talking about Overton window and just boiling slowly. He wrote a book that just told you, because they have to disclose, right? I think rules for radicals and Nudge. You don't need to know anything else. If you knew those two things, you'd wake up. You just would. I think. I don't know. I would hope. Anyway, Cass. The lovely Cass. So I was telling people about Cass back then. I mean, I'm not trying to get credit. I'm just trying to say this stuff has been going on. Why? That shouldn't be there. September 27th. Oh, I didn't hit copy. Got it. All right, Fox News. Federal agents urged to friend people on social networks, memo reveals. This doesn't even make the eyebrow go up anymore these days, right? Like, this is just openly known. I used to feel like I had to kind of put this out there and say, see. I mean, if you don't know that your phone tells everyone everything about you, I don't think you know. I mean, I'm not saying you. I'm saying one. If one doesn't know, right? This was 12 years ago. All right, what did we do next? NPR. Scientists question the safety of the new airport scanners. There you go. Some fake underwear bomber gets on a fake plane, fake blows it up, fake has underwear, fake they just happen to have all these machines ready to go, blah, blah, blah. You were there. You lived it. Oh, yeah. I wanted to make a point here. The point of this story could be to get us all up in arms, right? It's not to help us. It's to get us annoyed. And I think that's a very much a quantum of conscious Matt from his YouTube channel. He has other platforms too. He likes the Goldilocks theory. There's enough out there that you can say, see, and then your friends and family can go, oh, no, that sounds believable. They're just, they're wondering if it's safe and blah, blah, blah. It's like his Goldilocks theory. Everything's just in the middle. You can't really quite catch them. Like the place they were hanging people upside down and selling them for parts is now just a empty room right when you get there and show the feds. The usual. That's a terrible analogy to what Matt describes, but anyway. I gotta confess, during show prep on this week, for this one, I kind of maybe got a little link happy. You get into a zone and you're like, oh, that's what. Okay, now I don't remember posting this. I don't remember posting any of these. It was 12 years ago. But check it out. Like, modern art was CIA weapon. They have to tell you. They've been telling us this all along. My jaw hits the floor. I'm like, how did I not see this bigger picture? I was busy posting about it, and I still didn't see it. All right. Reuters. This is now November 9th, 2010. Reuters. Look out, your medicine is watching you. Novartis AG plans to seek regulatory approval within 18 months for a pioneering tablet containing an embedded microchip, bringing the concept of smart pill technology a step closer. I mean, isn't that great? Yeah. So, it is what it is. Why does it matter that I posted that 12 years ago? I don't know. I got a little link happy. But we're going through a phase. I think I was just spamming news out. And I would sometimes, I didn't go into the comments and stuff. I would sometimes, I did poke into them a little bit in looking back over the week. I would sometimes catch some people and they'd say something non-libertarian, let's say. And I would go, oh, did you know this? And then they would just be quiet. But it is what it is. November 10th, 2010. So why is this important, and why would I post it? I'm going to butcher this, and I'm not a very good Bible quoter, but essentially Paul describes in probably Romans, maybe elsewhere also, that the general revelation, what nature itself shows you, is enough that you have to at least get to a monotheistic belief. In other words, that there is a God of substance that is, I forget the word, but like non-divisible, so non-complex in that sense. And the point here is, like, nature has structure, showing that it's a watch made by a watchmaker. That's kind of the point. That's probably why I was linking it back then. I had freshly become pretty Christian after 5 years of kind of dormancy after becoming a Christian. That's probably what I was saying there. Going back to that random number generator, though, the universe ain't random. I mean, you read that article, watch that link, pretty much says it. Next, we're going to go to November 12th. Oh, man, I forgot my background music after Yoko. You know, it's like, it's a little too quiet. A little quiet in here. Benzinga. What is this about? It's all in the title. Barack Obama says, we must embrace globalism and the emerging one-world economy. And then a bunch of words. So I are educated about Barack Obama saying, what was it, Bush 41? A new world order. These guys are all descendants of the same, I'm not going to say Nazis. I'm just going to say Hitler. Just kidding. Not really. Did I? Maybe I'm totally going to get banned off of one of the channels. We're on Facebook, DLive, YouTube, the Comfy Foxhole Bunker. Checking call-ins. If you do call in the Discord, we got some chats I got to get through. Tesla Dove. It was Poe. Oh, yeah. Probably, yeah. Yeah, Houdini, the story that we always hear, is the appendicitis and then getting punched. And Tesla Dove mentions you want credit for fighting systems all your life without even realizing it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wanting a little bit here, right? And we're all kind of together with that. We're in this together. Quit driving when the boy had a crash. Shipped off to Desert Storm. About what? Ooh, nice. Tesla Dove. That's a sad story, but also kind of an inspiring story, if that makes sense. Glad I went over to the chat and checked that out. Let's get back to... Did you guys notice? Oh, you did. I probably did. I've figured out how to put the Foxhole chat on the screen. Let me check the OBS, because it should tell me if anyone else is chatting. I don't think anyone else is, like YouTube and all that. We'll see. I've never seen that work or not work, because we're not super chatty yet on those channels. Maybe never will be. It's okay. It's all good. All right, let me take us back to now. We'll go to November 19th, 2020. My post says that I tell you, up? Yeah, that's down now. So I'm just telling you we're in the upside down. I don't know if I was quoting. I don't think they had Stranger Things back then. I don't think I had seen that Caribbean and Pirates of the movie where they flip upside down. I don't know why I was saying this, but it was true then and it's true now, right? It's the inversion. It's any Taco Bell commercial. It's the Illuminati. It's Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, right there. That's just a bizarre statement, right? Eyes Wide Shut. Anyway, let's go to... Such jumpy music. Yeah, right afterwards. So I don't think we have to go to the link. Let's just take a look at it. Oh. I was just posting what tetrahertz means. And I was claiming that the new safety machine, the non-X-ray airport machines, use terahertz. So just trying to put it together for people, get them to think. Who knows if they did. I used to, I still sometimes object to the thing and have to get the pat down. When I travel, I'm sometimes just have to bite it and go through that stupid thing. And then I said, this one's funny. I don't know why I said this. On November 22, I said, I think we need more enhanced pat-downs or x-rays to get into the 2012 voting booths. I don't think I was talking about voting problems. I think I was just trying to say, I don't know what I was trying to say. I really don't know. This one I kind of like. I mean, this is like a different person. I don't know this person. Which is more addictive? Tobacco, caffeine, or the U.S. federal government, right? Can I get a what? I mean, that's just, that one just plays itself, right? Like, that's, maybe 12 years ago that was avant-garde, but that's just like, duh. Canada Free Press. I said, wake up about this article. DHS and TSA making a list, checking it twice, and then it goes on to make you afraid of your government, which you should be, but it wants you to live in fear. Like, in a way, this is fear porn or stress porn or, you know, whatever. They even say, they wrote an article called Gate Rape of America. This is all good. I'm not going to read it. I just want to point out that all this stuff has been being talked about by everyone for a long time. All right. What's next? Oh, I did save out. So Napolitano, remember, that's like one of the czars of something back in the Obama administration. Says, the terminology contained within the reported memo is indeed troubling. It labels any person who interferes with TSA airport screening procedure protocol and operations by actively objecting to the established screening process, including, but not limited to, here, let me take us to see if we can get to it. But not limited to the anticipated national opt-out day as domestic extremists. The label is then broadened to include any person, group, or alternative media source that actively objects to, causes others to object to, supports and/or, so in other words, speech. So basically, you're a terrorist if you say you are skeptical about irradiating yourself through an airport. You know, 12 years ago, they're busy just saying, and Napolitano's like, well, it's a little extreme sounding, but, I mean, you know, we've been fighting this for a long time, right? Net neutrality, I kind of have, I feel like there's no way to win this one. I mean, I hate to be black-pilled, but whatever rule they put out, I mean, I was hoping we could find a way to take the Ten Commandments, the first, you know, the free speech amendments, and just make them work, right? But then also they do seem to be a public utility, so there needs to be some kind of, you know, the Foxhole.app reminds me of what public access, or whatever it's called, should have been like, right? Or sometimes we used to live in New York, and in New York you could find some really cool programming on the late public access slots. People just would go down in the studio and do their thing. I always heard that it could get a little risque as well, but anyway, I was somewhat vaguely and not completely inactive about net neutrality. I at least posted an article. This violin's a little sad. Then on November 29th, there was a post of, I don't think this article still works. The title is interesting, though. You'll have to trust me. I think there was an article. Hillary Clinton population control will now become the centerpiece of U.S. foreign policy. The article's not there anymore. I don't know what that was all about, but thought you should know. Then on November 29th, same day, I post something about, oh, yeah, Wired was still a little decent and trying to fight for its right to party, right? It saw the writing on the wall. The useful idiots that they probably were like, no, don't censor us. Let me check the call-in section. I keep feeling like I'm turning my camera. No, not this time. Not this way. Let's go take a look through the chat. Hi, Renee0304. Good to see you. Driving was super stressful, I think. On some level, new to the X. Oh, Tesla Dove. Yeah, sorry. I know. Angelic realm numbers. I go in and out of net neutrality, Two Rivers. Is that the black pill I was taking? Yeah, I just find it's a tough problem, and I think if we're not careful, we're going to be had. That's all I mean. And really smart people are on it, but we've been debating it for at least 12 years, right? Really more, probably. I mean, DARPA gave us the internet. Did they have to? Did they give it to us, or did Al Gore give it to us? I mean, now, this was an interesting post. I used to write clumsier than I remember, but I advised my Facebook associates on November 29th, 2010, watch around you. When all the individuals start bitching at each other for no apparent reason, could the root cause be outside the rat maze that we're keeping ourselves in? What I like about this post is I'm like, we're keeping ourselves in it, right? So I was already rudimentarily noting that we box ourselves in, right? We put the cube around our heads. We matricize ourselves. They have to get us to do it, right? That's the whole weird thing about free will. And I just casually used a word that I almost never use. One day I'll talk about how there's no such thing as that, but that'll be for a Sunday night at late. Trolling. I'm trolling everyone right now. I can't help it. In any language, I don't know what this means. I don't know if I stole this or what. Learn these two phrases first. What do you want for that scrawny chicken? And please don't shoot. I may have been trolling about a shooting or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's see. November 30, 2010. Oh yeah, just more making us angry, as Glenn Beck used to say, top down, bottom up, inside out. They just want us pitted us against each other, divided, right? The TSA people and the boys with braces. Let's look at the article just for a second. And this guy, I forget his name, Dan Bajumpi, and just a Walter Cronkite light. He's not bad. I'm not blaming him. I mean, he was part of the system, but anyway. So we were supposed to be angry and they're punishing these poor braced up boys. They're essentially the boys being used here, right? We're all being used. They just need loosh. They need hate. They need us to be negative. Let me check the chat. Right. Same. Agreed. Is the streaming chat thing in the window working? I think it is. All right. Let me find my way back to the notes, get the next link. Oh, I did say about that article. They don't care which side of the fence this would cut us onto, I don't think I said that at the time. I just said that the other day. All right, December 1st, 2010. We're almost done with 2010. Wall Street Journal. Foreign firms received funds. Data from Fed shows lenders got emergency cash. This is from the bailout. 2 years later, they're like, oh, yeah, see, some of it did leak. And everyone was like, Yeah, we knew it would. Can't win with these guys. Gizmodo, this is hilarious. Okay, NASA finds new life. What are you immediately thinking? I'm immediately thinking on the moon, on Mars, on Pluto, on an asteroid, in Timbuktu, whatever, somewhere not on Earth. It's NASA, right? So you click on the clickbait article and you're like, NASA finds new life. GFAJ1 is made out of arsenic and it's, capable of being considered as life. But it's from Mono Lake, California. It's like, okay. It's not really new life. It's been there. I don't know. I'm not trying to be an anti-NASA, but they did come over during Operation Paperclip, and they are essentially the Hebrew word for deceive, I believe. Yeah. All right. Let's look at December 2. Facebook is like a crystal lattice. The same thing happens over and over again, probably, but from completely different vantage points. It's actually really, really wired up like a neural network. Oops, did I just do the equivalent of pulling the two emergency socks rip cords in the blanket fort? I think I must have been watching Community. They had a rip cord that pulled down the whole blanket fort. But, I mean, so I'm on Facebook and I'm saying, we figured it out. You built a giant neural network made out of humans. I was meaning it a little less nefarious than it clearly is, but this is Sophia, right? Like, this is Tyler. This is, we are the Borg Queen, right? It's our dream. Let's dream it. Then we go to December 2. Wouldn't this make the need for private eyes that much less? Okay, this is so passé. I remember what this one is. It says, Facebook's new friendship tool. This is contact tracing before we were worried about contact tracing. Some of you were worried about, some of you knew. So this is 12 years ago, not quite, like 11.3 years ago. And many of you, you're all jumping up and down going, no, I was telling people about this. I was barely telling. I was just kind of complaining, like, they're stealing our information. Anyway. This does come from the they have to tell you department, though. It's a good example of that. Because they put the article out there. They're like, see, we're spying on them, and they don't care. They keep feeding us their data. The capital letter copy of themselves that is represented by their birth, BERTH certificate, is still feeding the persona into the machine. Feed me, it says. Anyway. Bloomberg says, this was in late 2010. Oh, you could see it before it blurred out behind the paywall. Let me read it to you. They have to tell you. It says Russia is poised to control 50% of the U.S. uranium output if it something, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm highly tempted to get into Sunday night a little bit. Let me just hint. Uranium. Why do we care? Let me check the chat while I'm figuring this out. 111, 1222. Yep. Trips. Tesla Dove, that's trips, right? They wanted to capture us. Yeah, they laid out. We walk into it. We build the walls around. We capture ourselves, right? Mimes. You got your Tesla Dove. Right. You. Oh, I love that bit. That's pretty fun, Tesla Dove. You're like, surely you got a key in there somewhere, right? And the mime is like, oh, yeah. There. Mimes. Did you ever see Shakes the Clown? They treat mimes correctly. Bobcat Goldthwait, I think. What did I clip next? American thinker, Warren Buffett. Oh, just rich guy, right? I just posted this. Who knows why? Just like a miniature Bill Gates or a miniature. What's a better example? It's Warren Buffett. It is what it is. The king of Nebraska. I mean, that's just so entry level, right? Important. December 15th, YouTube. Let's see what we have in store. Oh, this is great. I probably put this in the wrong place. Let's play just a bit of this. I hope I don't get copyright strict. Part of the point of this whole multi-show channel is just to ride it until ban, you know? So I don't want to be too timid. So
I found my fill on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill. When
Gerard
I
Depardieu.
found you, the moon stood still. On Blueberry Hill.
Goldie Hawn.
And linger until
What's his name? Kevin Costner, I think.
my dreams came true.
Let's pause it there. Why does this matter? Let's keep Putin on the screen. Why does this matter? Right, you minimalist clown. Hilarious. So, I've asked it 3 times. It's mostly because it's, my brain is stuck. So, first of all, that's just great and hilarious. And you know how there's kind of the going concept that, just how evil is Putin. He seems to be giving space to the Eastern Orthodox Church, letting it, if not thrive, at least kind of, you hear stuff, right? Who knows how true it is? Who knows what is true? We talk about that a lot of times on Sunday nights at 11:30 show, Epistemology for Fun and Profit. But, I mean, this is what, I don't know when this happened. Let's see, let's check the posting of whenever this was. It was at least postable 12 years ago. Who knows when it really happened? Let's see if it says here. No. But at the time, here's not a communist, but like a KGB, a leftover from a world, and singing to Hollywood or in Hollywood or to a fundraiser that has a lot of Hollywood stars, and they just love it, right? So then they'll go anti-Russia whenever it suits them. And I would just ask, we're watching a show. We've been watching a show for a long time. I mean, this is the mortal enemy of the United States whenever it suits them. But here they are yucking it up. That's pro wrestling right there, right? I think I've made my case. His Honor, her case is closed. So judged, or whatever. I'm just making up courtroom process. I don't know how this works. Breatharians, always fascinated by them. You go to ketosis. What? Oh, I guess you can't get... Yeah. A person who can, under the proper conditions, live with or without eating physical food. You get your nutrients from the air. The thing is, when you first go to ketosis, you're like, I could kind of see this. I've never pushed it, but I don't know, just a little. Nothing serious, nothing heavy. Now, this is my just terrible. Zero knows what ran out. Nothing never knew what it might have never had. I don't know what I meant by that. I don't even know where that's from. Let's go to December 31st, closing out the year, closing out 2010. Prison Planet, this will just take us to the front page of Alex Jones's site. But the title, Feds Police Enforce Mandatory Blood Tests at Florida Checkpoints. That's for alcohol or whatever. Mandatory blood tests. We've been fighting this stuff for 12 plus years. Really for hundreds of years. I just have posts about it from 12 years ago. Whoops. New Year, January 1st. I would like to play a little bit and risk. I mean, Apple Records can be cruel and cool. I like a lot of what Apple Records has done over the histories, but they are a little deep state, aren't they? So let's just play.
It on LinkedIn.
Yesterday, today was tomorrow. And tomorrow, today will be yesterday. That's pretty cool, right? Yesterday, today was tomorrow, and tomorrow, today will be yesterday. Just fun. Nothing deep. Although George Harrison is a deep state shill. What? Okay, maybe not that extreme. Maybe. On January 7, 2011, I said, sees particular news topics come and go like waves on a beach. In reality, nearly every time, the data behind the scenes is static, quiescent. Nothing changed. This, via an application of Occam's razor, begins to smell like problem, reaction, solution. Press, you are complicit. You will destroy yourselves. Okay, I called that one, right? I mean, January 7th, 2011, I said, all your stuff is BS. This is problem, reaction, solution. You're killing yourselves. I told him 11 years ago. And going back to what Tesla Dove said earlier, I want some credit for that one. I mean, yeah, you can tell I'm spamming a lot, right? But I get credit for that one. I'm just saying. Let's start the background music back up. I mean, I wasn't the only one saying it. I probably stole that from Mark Levin, honestly. But I put it on Facebook for whatever that's worth. Nothing. It'll all be remade in fire. This is great. I guess we had to make up so how old would my kid be? He would be... He was born in July 2010, so he was only a half year old. So I must have had a cube, like a Rubik's Cube, and I must have been spinning it and going dun 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 dun, dun and going Tranya. Whatever was happening, it inspired me to go find. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're just gonna play a tiny bit of Star Trek here. I really think I was supposed to do this on the Sunday show, but it's okay.
And bail.
Let's pause the background music.
Sit. Be comfortable. Go ahead. Be seated. We must drink. This is Tranya. I hope you relish it as much as I.
So when you go and talk to a miniature demon and you're in his lair, are you supposed to drink the drink? No, you're not. But anyway, that was Clint Howard, I want to say. I wrote it down. Let me check. I didn't write it down. It was Clint somebody. Somebody important. I don't know. Maybe Ron Howard's mutated little brother or something. I don't know. Vaguely seems important. All the world has been a stage for a while. So weird when you realize it. You know, and Tesla Dove, I realize it, but I still live in it like it's not a stage. You know, like it's so hard to break free of the meat suit. I want to break free of the meat suit. In the sense of remembering that it's a play. Fall for it all the time. It's got shiny things in it that go shine, shine, and jingle. But yeah, you're right. All right. So what is this? Okay. This one's kind of weird in a way to me. I know now why I would post that. I think I just posted it then just as a fun picture. But I see it completely different now than I would have in 2011. Just saying. We're going to hit a point on this when I get to about 7-8 years ago, I think, maybe 9, where you're going to think I'm really weird, except for about a third of the foxhole and almost none of Facebook and YouTube friends. Let's just say I had always been told that the Earth is a spinning ball hurtling through space. I'll leave it at that for now. Graduate degree programs, MBA, sustainability management. So this is like a super green job. I'm not anti-green, honestly. Like, I like clean earth. I think we're going to... I covered the Vostok ice cores last week, I think. Can we keep the 40,000-year ice age cycle that's clearly embedded in the... Well, I don't think the Earth is that old, but... I'm kind of stuck there, actually, honestly. I'll stop talking about it. I have to figure that one out. But they've removed the sustainability management thing from this page. It may be somewhere else, but I don't know. I just was thinking about it. Just trying to kick up conversation. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time. Let's go to January 14. Cron, Metropolitan. What's the point here? Houston permit rule stops couples' efforts to feed homeless. Now, does it really? I mean, this is just to make you angry, right? It's probably true. There's probably some people doing a really nice thing. They tightened up the permits, and now everyone's got to get all mad. I mean, let's learn from this. Individual, like the people sharing the food and the people receiving the food, can they not be somewhat... I do like the idea of an FDA, the concept of it. But it doesn't work. Not currently. I don't know. I'm stuck on that one. I live in fear. Clearly. Work with me, people. Another Alex Jones. It will be just the front page if I click on that link. He probably changed his format or something. But the headline was, TSA now forcing opt-outs to walk through body scanners. So... I guess you couldn't opt out anymore. I think you still could. I think that didn't end up sticking, but they tried, right? They always try. They push you. They push you and push you. Let's check the chat. Oh, link to the Putin video. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a stage. Was he? Oh, all right, Tesla Dove. Let me defend. I should not casually say George Harrison was deep state. What do you do? What do you do about the Beatles? They had that weird cover with all the babies with chocolate syrup, black and white. It looked like they were like... I mean... Can I get past that one? That one sticks with me. I do not want to take the Beatles away from you, Tesla Dove. I haven't taken them away from me either. How about we leave it at that? Let's keep enjoying our Beatles. Just for now. One last time. Let me get you that Putin link. Quick sojourn back to... I think I can get that pretty quick. If I just go YouTube... and I go... to find where I linked it. Come on. Where's my history? All right. I think I can put this in the chat. You puke Google the freedom haters. Bruce, okay. I'm not saying the Beatles are evil. I did say that they were, but I get it. I don't want to... I take it back. I really do. Like... Are you saying they are or are not? I mean... I like them. I like them. I'm real nervous about going into that territory just because of my own opinion, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway. I mean, they sacrificed one of them. That was a weird assassination. Oh. Let's go back. Oh. All right. This one is comic relief. Just straight up comic relief. I said a quote from the Community show. I agree with Brown Jamie Lee Curtis. I had to go find this for you. I'm going to try to make this as short so I don't get copyright striked. It's fair use. This is fair use, YouTube. Susan Jazminski. There'll be an ad, I'm sure.
Is it Jean-Claude Van Overbite?
We should really start learning people's names.
I agree with Brown Jamie Lee Curtis.
Pretty good. It's actually funnier when you watch the whole lead up to it, but man, that show was fantastic. Start up the background music. Go back to the notes. I'm still working on how to do all these links and stuff, and it's better than last week, but I still have some improvement I think I needed to do. I'll think about that. Physics forums. What was I getting after here? Is the universe analog or digital? Okay, so when I was 1989, I was in my first modern physics class. They spend 2 years teaching you classical physics, mechanics, stuff like that. Then you start getting into thermodynamics and statistical physics and statistical thermodynamics and quantum mechanics and modern physics. And so you're learning about relativity and all this. And there were some articles coming out, Wired and the usual. And I went to my prof. We were walking across the street to get some beer or something like that. Back then I could drink, even though I was I was 21 probably. But you could drink at the age 18 back then where I lived. I started at 16, but, you know. Anyway, I said, there seems to be some indications in what you're teaching that the universe could be digital. This is before holographic universe came out. This is before a lot of other stuff. It was still out there, but not as clear. And he was just like, oh, that's her. And just kind of, he didn't take me off the topic, but he sure set me back a little. Like, he was a trusted authority, or I didn't say I blindly trusting him, but anyway, I just later on was reading this from 2004, and I guess I posted it some years later. So they, of course it's digital. It's a simulation, as we all know now, right? By the way, quick side note, this is more for Sunday night, and I should add this to my notes, but I won't, so hopefully it'll come back to my mind. Whenever Elon Musk or the others say, clearly we're in a simulation, and they prove it, I think they're really onto something. But what I think we have to do is stop saying a simulation, because that implies it's a simulation of something else, and that there's a real bottom turtle in the stack of turtles. I highly doubt that. We live in information processing, right? So whatever we would be in as an embodied spirited meat suit, we're going to see the digitization if we insist on seeing the world as building blocks, which takes us to the Tower of Babel. And I'll stop at that point, because that's really for Sunday night. Although if anybody wants to call and start a debate or whatever, we always will side channel into that. Shengenling Mountain. I had to look why I linked this. I had to go dig in the comments. I trolled and got someone. I think. I can't remember. But let me take us. Let's go do it this way. Where's my... Oh, here we go. Let me go to the actual post. And I don't know how successful I was. And who cares, right? Like, it's all a show. This is back when I thought the United States and Russia we're supposed to be at odds, but then everyone loved Putin during this time. And I'm like, which is it? But he's also like, he was really dissing Obama. That's just a fact. Can't escape that. It's a pretty song, by the way. If you want to dig up some YouTube orchestras playing it. Why did I do that again? All right. Then on January 26th, this is your classic fear porn. Well, it could happen any time in the next 50,000 years, but please fear Yellowstone at any moment. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't care about stuff like that, but anyway, I don't know why I posted it then. All right, this is a website that collects instances of necessary quotes. I don't care about punctuation very much, especially in the day and age of typing little things and texting and what. But you have to go out of your way to put quotes around, emphasizing the word when you're actually not metaphorizing it or whatever. I do think this is pretty funny. You should not do this. I really kind of agree with this website, even now. Even now, after my great softenings, my awakenings. January 27. I didn't remember this went back this long. I think it was in my life, went away, and came back. You say to someone, "Oh, thanks," and they go, "No problem." And I get why they say it, but it creeps me out. I don't like it. "You're welcome" would work, or "My pleasure" would work, but "no problem." Like, it kind of shifts the landscape a little. I don't like it. Oh, this was interesting, I think, because recently, this shows the memory of a chipmunk that I have. I've been like, we've got record temperatures. It went down to, 13, 14, 15 degrees here in Texas 2 years in a row. It's unheard of. And I've lived on and off here for decades. And then, of course, I see that on Feb 1st, 2011, a forecast of 13 degrees. And the next day I posted 11. So it's not, weather is weather, right? All right, then we go to, this one was interesting, I think, kind of. The link is dead, but HuffPost, I guess, used to be kind of cool. China bans reincarnation. I don't know how that works. I didn't do any further digging for this show, but that's a cool headline, right? We've made reincarnation illegal. Okay, well, I preach and teach a doctrine, a theology that says reincarnation, in fact, doesn't happen. So I kind of tend to agree with China there. But I don't know, can you legislate reincarnation away? I don't know. It seems a little power hungry. But anyway, HuffPost covered it. All right, so we're well in the world of WikiLeaks. I can't remember when WikiLeaks started, but here they're pointing out that Russia is giving away, U.S. is giving away giving away British secrets to Russia. And, we've gone so beyond our understanding there. And prayers for Julian Assange right now. I'm just, Lord, please bless that man and keep him safe. And if he is having, traumatic brain stress and things over what he's in, please just cure him miraculously. Just show your greatness, and because we love him. I used to think he was a villain. I'm not saying he's for sure 100% clean-cut hero, but he sure seems to be over the target, doesn't he? Anyway, Lord, thanks for taking good care of your children, and please bless Julian Assange. Amen. That was an impromptu prayer of the moment. All right, so February 4th, I said... Why is this? Oh, just more Facebook eating your life. Just stealing your data. Stealing it. February 4. Let's see what we got. Federal agents investigating the loss of Iran-Contra papers. So, this is back in the day where I would post things. And I was like, surely somebody would go, I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. But I mean, I get people are lazy, but I don't know. I don't know. A little despairing. Sorry to black pill everyone. Let me check the chat. It's been a while. Lennon McCartney, Harrison. That's fine, Tesla Dove. I think, yeah, you know what? I mean, he did kind of... I totally get your point. Right, so Bruce Q. Wayne, you've read it and I haven't. Jim Morrison, right? Like his dad was Navy officer, Navy Intel, I want to say. Let me tell you guys, I met Amit Zappa and his mom in the canyon. I've hung out with I spent a couple hours like at, I want to say it was Amit's birthday party, one of the Zappas. How did I get there? I mean, I feel like a lot of us have lived so close to the turned upside down pyramid to this land, right? So many of us have been so close. The amount of times I've been in places where I'm like, if I had said the wrong thing, I wouldn't even have made it out alive. I'm not dissing those people I just mentioned, but I mean, it's Laurel Canyon. It was in the 90s about the late 90s. Anyway, you excited me. Tesla Dove, maybe. Yeah, Paul is dead. They have so many. You can rabbit hole that one. Belushi, thanks for the shades. Tesla Dove, if our consciousness creates reality, then it's an organic fractal simulation. Oh, it's so fractal. Thanks for saying that. But more products of imagination, right? Consciousness creates reality, there's an organic fractal simulation. If our consciousness creates reality. By the way, co-creates with permission of God, and it's not co-creation, it's just shy of that. We confirm creation. That's just my thesis. Then it is an organic fractal simulation, for sure. But more products of the imagination? Yes. Like, Nimrod wanted us to build the Tower of Babel because if we would just do his bidding, he could use all of our power and build whatever he convinced us we wanted it to be, right? That's the whole jam, right? Tesla Dove with the can. Thank you. And prayers for Assange, right? All right, caught up with the chat. Doing this all with one monitor. That's going to be my new thing. Instead of L's, like I was stealing L's thing, Grandma on the computer, and I was changing it to Grandpa's at the computer. But I think my mantra is going to be doing this all with one monitor. And it's not for lack of another monitor. I have another monitor. It's where I'm doing this. I can't really... I actually set up this every single time, and I've got to change that. But, you know, life comes with change, and I need to get on that. Let me get back to business here. I'm going to do a little checking. We're at Lurkosity. Just, do you like to know, right? I don't know why. All right. What's next? There's a few more people here, I think. This is called 9cNation, the nation with no denomination. I have another tagline for it, but I forget. We're doing this series until we catch up. And then once we're at real time, we'll stop. Probably never come back to doing anything like this. And immediately just go into a Bible study, right? A long series that I have not fully planned. But it'll be hopefully different. Hopefully it's thing, right? Hopefully godly, right? All right. Guess there we go. HuffPo. Let's see if the link is still good. Why has Google been collecting kids' social security numbers under the guise of an art contest? Innocent question. Ooh, that came from a Trips Day, 2/22/2011. Ooh, that's pretty good. And it was updated on 5/25/2011. Getting a little numerology in there. I don't know anything about that. I suck at that. But I'll tell you, listen to T.N. Homesteader enough, and he kind of gets you into those nice 2-digit ones, right? You can really start to see how he sees. Okay, can you see these bar stools? Like, is this odd? Does this serve some function that I don't know about? I mean, I just was scrolling past that, and I was like, I'm glad I took a picture. I mean, you're supposed to sit there. What country is this in? I don't even remember. I think I took the photo. I don't remember. Let's go to... I think we're almost done, by the way. Yeah, there's only like 3 or 4 more links for the night. Greg Ross is nervous when he encounters a human being. Oh, I've been doxing myself all day, right? We know what G stands for. I'm nervous when I encounter a human being that would not pass the Turing test. I mean, we're clearly talking about a sociopath, right? That's essentially, I kind of think that's roughly what a person that you're like, are you even fully human? Are you a robot? That's basically a sociopath, right? And there's plenty of those trying to control mankind. Oh, that's a trap word too. Humans. Debtors' prisons. Wall Street Journal has an article about debtors' prisons, warning us as far back as March 25th, 2011. Do we really think there weren't debtors' prisons? Like, when were there not? I know that that's a big thing they teach you in school, at least back when I was a tiny kid. Debtors' prisons are, a thing of the past, right? But what's going on in, with the January 6ers right now? That's not over debt, but it's the same thing. They're being held captive without any right or redress or any kind of constitutional protection or anything. It's not the same as debtor's prison, but it's just mindful of that. It makes me think of that. 2 more links for the night. And I hate leaving, but we'll have to leave after that. This one's creepy. I'll do this one as clean as I can. I think I have to do it, though. Yeah, I'm creeped out by this. ABC News. Realistic baby doll has a function. They have the ones where you can feed them. They poop in their diaper. They come and go as fad. I don't know. This one can be used to help kids that like dolls to experience something. I don't know. A new doll that mimics the act of breastfeeding. Now, I can mimic the act of breastfeeding by holding a doll like this. What does the doll have to do? I mean, let's just stop. But you know what I'm saying? And last link of the night, and this is just because I was adding a few more links before we got going. BBC News, Egypt women protesters forced to take virginity tests. Like, I just wanted people to know, I have a lot of classic, back in the day, a lot of classic left-wing commenters on my Facebook feed. And I was like, you should really be anti this stuff going on in Egypt right now. But see, is the news true, right? Like, how do we know what we know? That's what Sunday night, 11:30 Central Time is all about. But you got to hold them at their word, right? And they want us all divided and all pissed off at each other. But you can't be forcing people to do stuff like that. That's just creepy and weird. Anyway, let me look into how I can start wrapping this up. Check the Discord anytime anybody wants to call in. We've got no ability to know how to structure that, so you would just... Got a couple more chats. Co-creation. Tesla, yeah, I'm glad you like that. I mean, I got a little adamant for a second, a little dogmatic. I just got excited. Good at spotting the psychos when I was recovering your car. Nice. A lot more in the medical field than you. Yeah, good. They run a script, right? They download a way of doing things. They follow the... I'm just following orders. I'm just doing evidence-based medicine, they call it, which is just prescribed. You do what we say. You do what Big Pharma says. So, yeah, that's a great point. I'm going to go round the horn here, kind of finishing up. So I've kind of been practicing this outro. What's going to happen is I'm going to discipline myself to go back to my checklist. Let's just do that. Let's follow the rules. There are rules for policemen. Okay. Oh, release the gold pills. Now, we're at a stage in life, and I'm happy about this, where I think at 600 we release the gold pills on this channel. That's our speed. So I'm gonna decracken. Here we go. Scratchin' has been released. So now you know, go get yours. I tried the scratch off, and I think that's creepy. I don't know if it affects anything, so I'm not going to do it this time. But I was curious what happens if you scratch off your own scratch off. Anyway. Now, what's on my checklist to do next? Just play the outro video. So, I'm about to say this in the outro video, but this has been at 9cNation. You're in the nation with no denomination. I think that is the tagline. You're a nation with no denomination. Let me remind you, this will become, I said 16 weeks, but we only went, I'm going to have to look at the feed. It could be a lot of weeks of doing this. And then when this is over, won't look back, like Lot's wife in the Bible. I mentioned that because we're going to do a Bible study as soon as we get to it. And that'll be in this time slot. So let me play the outro. And I'll see you around. Let's quickly check. That was abrupt. Let me just check, see who I'm going to go head over to. Going to be heading over to. There's a lot of good choices. There's Quite Frankly TV. There's the Speak Uneasy. There's Red Pill Project. Patriot News. I might go peek over at Red Pill Project, but I'll see you around. Congratulations on the scratch-ins. And this has been really fun. I'll see you Friday with co-host Angular at 5:30 Central for Red Pill Weekly, the news roundup. All right, let the video do it better than me. Thank you for spending time with us. We're joined on Fridays by co-host Angular. This has been G. Ross, and you are the underscore. Be sure to catch us on the foxhole.app, DLive, YouTube, or Facebook. Current shows include the Red Pill Weekly. You've been red pilled, now be the red pill. You're out of the oven and ready for delivery on our weekly alternative news roundup and call-in show on Foxhole, DLive, YouTube, and Facebook every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Central, co-hosted by G. Ross and Angular. Current shows include Epistemology for Fun and Profit, where woo meets goo. You're in the woo, and the woo is in you. A philosophical call-in show with occasional guest interviews, diving into the oldest questions. Most episodes are exclusively on the foxhole.app, Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Central. Current shows include 9cNation, the nation with no denomination. Declare to the custom agents any edible plants or miscellaneous worldviews. We take a look back at how we got here, eventually leading into a regular Wednesday night Bible study at 11 p.m. Central. Black Yoda, thank you for that. Catch us on the foxhole.app, DLive, YouTube, and Facebook. Our Friday co-host is Angular. This has been G. Ross,
Why do I want to talk?
and you are the underscore. I want to learn how to make it 100, Black Yoda. I want to learn how to keep it 100. I want to learn how to use my heart chakra, listen to it. I want to learn how to trust my five senses. That's why I want to talk. Whoops, wrong button. Dang, I meant this one.